So one person is telling you that you need to be on YouTube and another person is telling you that you need to sell digital products. But how do you actually do both? How do you sell digital products on YouTube? Well, that's exactly what I am going to demystify and break down in this video. Now, I have been selling digital products since 2017, and with the help of digital products, I've been able to build a multi-six-figure online business. So everything that I'm going to be talking about in this video is from actual experience and not theory. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to break down the exact process, the exact funnel for actually selling digital products on YouTube. Now, of course, if you want to know what products to sell on YouTube, what digital products to actually create that are actually selling right now, then you want to make sure you stick around to the end, because I'm going to link my next video where I'm going to break down exactly what digital products you should be selling and what will actually sell for you on YouTube. So let's head to my screen. All right, so the very first part of this funnel that you are going to build to sell your digital products from YouTube begins with your actual YouTube video. So at the very top of this funnel is going to be your content. Now, here's the important thing about your content. You're not just creating content and hoping that you're going to sell a digital product. You are creating your content with your digital product in mind. So before you even record a video, you need to start with what digital product are you selling and then weave that into the actual content. The content needs to relate to the actual thing that you're selling. Now, I'm going to talk about how I made a huge mistake with this a little bit later, but first things first, you need to have content that's actually related to your digital product and that people are actually going to be looking for. Now, within that content, the thing that you need to focus on is first, primarily the topic, which I just talked about. But second of all, you need to also make sure that you have a call to action. And this is telling people where they need to go to actually buy the digital product and get the thing. So at minimum, you need to have 2 call to actions within your video, letting people know that you have a resource or a product that will assist them with the thing that you're talking about in your actual video. So again, making sure that your content is aligned. Now, I'll give you an example of why this is important. So I recently had a video on my main channel go viral. We're almost at 100,000 views in less than 60 days. And within that video, I'm talking about some expenses that you should cut if you want to be able to save money. Well, the call to action that I had was for a digital product around paying off debt. Now, in hindsight, I realized that that probably wasn't the best digital product to promote on that video, because someone is coming for savings and I'm talking about paying off debt in the digital product. With that said, make sure your topic is aligned with the digital product. So before you even record your videos, you need to know exactly what you're selling and what resource you're actually going to be mentioning in the video. And that's the big mistake that I made with my video that actually went viral, is that I did not align the product or the resource with the topic of the actual video. In that case, I would have probably made a lot more money from that video than I have made. Nonetheless, it's a lesson learned. So going forward, just know that you need to plan whatever product you're going to promote in your video so that it's intertwined and it makes natural sense within the video. So after you have your video, you're going to do one of 2 things. You're either going to send people to a sales page, which is what I did in that context, or you're going to send people to an opt-in page so that they can get a freebie or a free resource. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to my personal finance channel, I have both, because I'm both interested in getting customers and I'm also interested in getting leads. And when I say I'm interested in getting leads, I want people on my email list, because I'm trying to do more than sell products. I'm actually trying to build a community. So in this case, I actually want to get leads and not just sales. Now, whatever you choose to do depends on the primary goal of your business. If you want to build your email list so that you have a community and you have an audience, then you can always use an opt-in page with a free lead magnet. Or if you simply just want to have a list of customers and you just want to sell your digital products, which is my approach on this channel, then you would just lead people to a sales page. Now, I am of the belief that if you're selling B2B, meaning business to business, I do not do an opt-in page for leads, because over the past decade that I've been in business, over a decade in business, and also selling to B2B, I found that those people who get on with a freebie are people who don't necessarily convert into sales. And that's what I've seen on the B2B side and in my personal finance space. I've also seen that, but I'm okay with that over there because I'm trying to build a community. Now, in this case, like I said, I have 2 different funnels that are going at one time. It depends on what the video is. So if it makes sense to send someone directly to a sales page from a video, that's the funnel that I'm going to send people to. If it makes sense for someone to go to an opt-in page, then I'm going to send them to that free resource. Now, with a sales page, it's kind of self-explanatory. You're going to have information about the products. You're going to directly sell on the page. But one important thing to note that I always do within my funnels, no matter where I'm selling, I'm always going to have what's called a bump offer. And in addition to selling my main product, I'm also going to give them an opportunity to buy another product that goes well with the product that I'm selling. So in my case, if I'm selling a budget spreadsheet, then I'm probably also going to include my savings app as a bump offer that will pair well with the budget template. So by doing this, you're going to increase the order value of the sale. Now, on the other side of my funnel, I have an opt-in that's going to give people a free resource. And after they get that free resource, the very next page that they're going to be sent to is going to be what's called a tripwire page. And this is just another form of a sales page. And on this page, I'm going to provide the opportunity for them to buy a resource that makes sense with the download that they just got. So if they got a budget template, then the tripwire may be for them to get my savings app to go with it. It just depends on what it is, but it needs to make sense overall. Everything needs to align from the content all the way down to the offers that you're selling. So in my case, people are either going to buy directly from the sales page, or they're going to eventually get to the tripwire page, and a large percentage of the people who opt in will actually buy the resource that's presented there. Now, once they have made the purchase, then of course they're going to be put on my email list, and they'll get emails around new content, maybe even new products that I'm launching. And same thing here. After all of that, I don't do a bunch of upsells, which is selling more products. I just make it simple. I direct them to their purchase. They get on my email list, and these people can now go back to my content and go through the same cycle again with a different product. So this is the simple sales process and sales funnel that I use to sell digital products from YouTube. Is what I use when I had a blog, and I still use on my blog to sell digital products. It's very simple. The main thing is making sure that you get the volume that you need from your content to be able to fill these funnels, knowing that only a certain percentage of people are going to take you up on the sales page, and only a certain percentage are going to opt in and then eventually buy. But knowing once you have those people as customers and on your email list, you can always direct them back to your content and the flow continues. So the big thing is making sure that you actually get volume to your content. And the way that you do that is making sure that you actually have a good topic that you're talking about, and that you know how to do thumbnails and titles and all those things that I'll talk about in later videos. But this is the funnel for selling digital products on YouTube. Now, another major part and important part of this is making sure that you actually have good products to sell. You actually know what to sell. You know what your audience wants to buy that's aligned with your content. Now, I'm going to break down the exact products that will sell on YouTube in this next video. So be sure to click this video to learn exactly which products will sell the best on YouTube.